Good morning. It's an early one. I normally start my day around 4:30 a.m. Many of you don't know that this YouTube thing isn't my job. It's a hobby. A hobby I put a lot of time into, but still a hobby. I'm a trainer and have been for the last 20 years, but after 20 years, this chapter of my life is coming to a close. I've decided to move in a new direction. It scares me, it's uncertain, it's the riskiest move I've made, and I have made a few. But after accomplishing much in my time as an athlete and trainer, Guinness World Records, the certifications, the financial success I've wanted, the fulfillment I'm searching for isn't in those things. And so it's time for a change. What up, superhumans? BT here. If you are new to this channel, if this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, well, let me start off by just saying welcome. I am stoked to have you. I like to create content that's going to help you move, feel, and perform better both mentally and physically. So if you're into that sort of thing, if that sort of thing floats your boat, consider hitting the subscribe button. The title was not clickbait. The career that I have had for the last 20 years, I am quitting. I am moving on, going in a new direction. Why am I quitting? I'd say there are probably three main reasons, some of which could apply to you. And so I'm actually really interested in hearing your thoughts. Leave them down below. And then also, what am I gonna be doing now that I'm quitting? What? Let's start with why I'm quitting. 8 years ago, I quit working for a boss. I enjoyed the job that I had at the time, which was Athletic Republic, but in the last few years of working there, the amount of labor that I was putting into the job had increased, but the amount I was being compensated for had not. I was making about $30,000 a year there before taxes. With me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel. And making a wage that I thought was, well, not what I was worth, had me feeling, well, worth less. It was a ceiling on my earning potential. No matter how hard I worked there, no matter what I did, it wasn't going to raise. But I knew if I was working for myself, there would be no ceiling, and all of the work that I would be doing would be for me. But it was a huge gamble as I had zero money and zero clients when I quit. It was a massive roll of the dice, but I did it anyway. And I actually made it work. Within just a few months, I found myself making sometimes 2 to 3 times as much as I did in a month while working at Athletic Republic. And let me tell you, oh my gosh, that felt good. Not having to stress every single day about bills, gas, groceries, and other expenses was incredibly relieving.
Where the food smells like privilege.
But little by little, the money wasn't having the same effect on me. It was still fun to make, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the driving factor for me anymore. In fact, at the start of the year, when I started this last 10-week coaching program, when I opened up this for admissions, I did more in sales in 24 hours than I did in an entire year at Athletic Republic. So it's definitely not the money. Here's a fun fact. I didn't lift a single weight until I was 20 years old. That's correct. It was when I found beach volleyball that I knew if I wanted to get better at that sport, I was going to have to be a lot more fit and a lot more athletic. And another fun fact, I am actually quite obsessive. And when I started beach volleyball, I became obsessed with increasing my vertical. And after many years of hard training, I turned that obsession into a 40-inch vertical. Not bad coming from less than 20 when I started. When I was done playing volleyball, when my career came to an end due to injury, I became obsessed with helping other people recover from injury and prevent it and increase their longevity. That obsession also led to a master trainer certification through NASM. But in the last few years, that obsession with becoming the best possible personal trainer that I could be just hasn't been the same. And if you're a personal trainer and you can't devote 100% of yourself to that person you're working with, then you probably shouldn't do it. Earlier, I mentioned the 10-week coaching group that I'm currently doing. That name is a little misleading. That group does indeed last for 10 weeks for them, but for me, it's a completely different story. The official start date for this group was January 1st, but for me, I had to start creating content in late August, early September. You see, this group, compared to groups past, was going to be a major overhaul, and the sheer amount of content I had to create was, well, daunting. Then once we started, I was answering emails, lots of emails from 36 different people. I was then programming workouts for each of those 36 different people. I was doing weekly workout challenges, monthly success challenges, weekly nutritional reviews. So even though it started January 1st, since September, I've been going pedal to the metal, devoting as much time as I possibly can to these individuals. And that's why you haven't seen me very much these last few months. Which brings me to what I'm going to do instead. I am going to take YouTube full time. I am taking a pretty massive pay cut, but the potential to make money on YouTube is huge. And as I've learned, money isn't everything for me. I was able to take Henry out for a walk this morning, and for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like I had to rush. I felt like I was under no obligation to be home at a certain time, and I was just able to be out in nature and enjoy the walk, and I know he loves that. I turn 40 soon, which is kind of nuts, and I only bring that up to say that even at 40, I don't have everything figured out, but I have figured out that there are some very important boxes that I need to tick in order for me to feel fulfilled. Now, if you think it's too late to start something, if you think it's too late to feel that sense of accomplishment, I can definitely tell you it is not. Take your time, experiment with a few things, and see what boxes you need to tick. Now more than ever, you can quite literally create whatever career you want. Thanks for spending your time with me today. I know that was a quick video, but we've got a much longer, cooler review coming here in a few days, I think on the 10th, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.